All right, here's the box of the ExplorerX 3 from KAiWEETS. I think I said that right. I just wanted to show you how the packaging was. I was really impressed with the packaging. So we got the owner's manual here. And everything's packaged really nice. So if you were to order one of these, you wouldn't have to worry about anything breaking. Everything's packed really well. We got a carrying case, we got some headphones here. I get some more. What is this? Oh, it's a little shovel. Look at that. Cool. Got a little shovel in there. Nice. It's got its own pouch. Got the armrest here. Armrest and stand. That's cool. It's a lot like the AT Pro. And got the control box. So, very nice, very nice. So it's got the pinpoint. You have different modes on here: depth, sensitivity, and it's even backlit too, so that's really nice. And we've got the double D coil. It's what, like an 11-inch or so? Nice, everything looks like it's packaged really well, so very good. Put it together, see what it looks like. All right, guys, I just finished putting together the metal detector, and it goes together really easily. It's only a few pieces, so that's a very good plus and a thumbs up for a new detectorist. So you guys already saw the shaft. So that just has 3 tabs right here, and then just pulls it out to however long you need it. I have it all the way out for myself, and it might even be a little bit too short, but we'll see when we test it out in the field. Otherwise, the double D search coil just goes in with 1 screw here, like most detectors do. Cable runs up, coil it around the shaft, plugs right into the back of the search or the control box. And then of course you got your headphones. Those plug in as well to the back of the control box. The control box itself just snaps right in place. And the same thing for the armrest and stand. This is one piece. You just pop it on the back and that's it. And another great thing is it comes with batteries too, already included and plugged in. So all you have to do is turn it on and you're ready to go. So that's what we have to do. That's all there's left. Let's get out there, find some treasure. Let's go. All right, we're at the park, and first we're gonna go ahead and run in all metal mode, and I got the sensitivity all the way up, so you can go up and down here. All right, so we want to get as deep in the ground as we can get, and so of course all metal mode. We're gonna dig some trash on purpose, and I just want to see how that reads from 0 to 40. And then we'll probably do notch mode next, and we'll notch out the iron audios, and we'll hit everything else. So, without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and try this out. So that's it, right in the zinc, as you can see it flashing there. So it's probably going to be a penny, I would say. So let's hit it with the pinpoint. So you hit that button, you gotta wait a second, and then you can start to hear that hum. That kind of gives you a general idea where it's at. Just hit it one more time to make it stop. So let's go ahead and dig this one and see what we got. I'm thinking it's probably gonna be a penny. All right, here we go. Oh, we got a bottle cap. All right, and that was probably, I don't know, good 4 inches down. It was all the way down at the bottom of the blade there, so that's pretty good. It's pretty good depth. All right, let's hit the next one. All right, so this one's flashing on the pull tab. So let's go ahead and pinpoint it real quick. So it's right in here, and let's give it a try. Okay, so here in the plug. Yep, there you go. That's exactly what it was showing on the screen. It was one of these old pull tabs. Very good. And that was only, I don't know, inch or two down. But yeah, it was hitting repeatedly on that pull tab range. So very good. All right, so the next one. All right, so we got one here that found that is hitting in the the junk range here. Iron up signals really low. So let's go ahead and dig this one, and I just want to see if this is maybe a nail or just another piece of junk metal. All right, one sec, let's dig it. All right, so I may need a little bit more practice with this coil and the pinpointing feature. I thought it was in here, but the target is actually back here, and looks like, yeah, just a piece of rusty old metal, some iron. So the ID was right. Ooh. All right, got ourselves a nice signal here. It's hitting an 86. I would think that was probably going to be a quarter or maybe a copper penny. But let's go ahead and pinpoint. So it's right in this area here, so let's go ahead and dig this and see if we got ourselves a coin. All right, it's right in the plug. Let's see if we can. I think a coin. Oh yeah, there it goes. Looks like a quarter. Very cool. So the ID is, so far it's been right on. So that's great. Is that 2000 quarter, state quarter. All right, I'm happy so far. It's a pretty good machine. All right, so this is another one hitting right in that nickel and pull tab range. A beaver tail pull tab, a little bit of zinc. So this will be our last junk signal that we're gonna dig, and then the next one we'll do some notching out. But first, let's dig this one up and see what it is. So first, let's pinpoint it so we can get a better idea of where it sits. So I'll dig right in here. All right, guys, I just flipped the plug and it was stuck right there. And that was beaver tail pull tab, so that's exactly what the ID was showing us on the machine. All right, so I'm happy that that's what we got. All right, so far so good. I'm really impressed with the accuracy of the metal detector and the ID gauge on that. It's been right on. It's let us know exactly what that target's gonna be, whether, even junk. So so now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna notch out our lowest junk metal and all the way up through pull tabs. I'm gonna notch that out, and now we're gonna see what we can get. I want to kind of focus more on coins and jewelry and see what we come up with. All right, and if we do get junk mixed in with that, which isn't, any metal detector might have a piece of junk sometimes, but we'll see. Let's go. All right, so let's go ahead and notch this out. So we're gonna hit the settings button. It'll switch us over to notch, and I'm gonna hit the minus button, and there goes that one. and I just hit it again so that it goes down. So now I notched that out. And let's go up here and we'll notch this out from 55 to 65. Okay, there we go. So now we're all set up, and I still want full sensitivity up. And let's go see what we can get. Right, so I'm certainly getting a lot fewer signals than I was before I notched it. So I did find one here. I've had a couple of signals that sound like coins. They might be so deep that it's hard for this to pick up. This one, I think I got one. There you go. But it doesn't hit it again and again, so it's a little difficult to locate. So I'm going to try to make it beep again. There it is. So I think it's like right in here. So let's go ahead and try to pinpoint it. Kind of hard to tell. I'm thinking it might be right in here, so let's go ahead and dig and see what we can come up with. Alright guys, I'm covering this one back up. I dug down pretty deep. I don't want to make too big of a mess, but I just wasn't able to locate it. So it might have just been a really deep one, which isn't a bad thing because that's where you want to get. Is you want to get the deep stuff too, right? So that's where the old stuff is. So let's go to somewhere a little bit closer to where people might congregate a little bit, and we'll see if we can get some a little bit shallower coins and see what we can come up with. So I have a little bit of a better, more repeatable signal here. I'm going to try to dig this one. I think it's right in here. All right, here we go. So this one we actually did get a little more shallow. Kind of in the clay. What do we got? I'm not even sure. Is it this? That's what it is. I'm not sure what it is though yet. What do we got? Looks like it's part of a button. Pretty dirty. Might say something on this side. Yeah, cool. All right, well, that looks like a button to some jeans or something maybe, or all right, let's keep going. It looks like a zinc, and it's hitting coin, so it's probably a zinc penny. And the recovery rate on this one's much better, and I think it's probably because it's much more shallow than the other ones. That some of those deeper signals, they're really hard to get that recovery, so where it beeps on both sides of that swing. When it just beeps once and then you kind of got to look for it a little bit more, it makes it a little more difficult, which is what I've been experiencing with this one. But it seems like that's just on the real deep ones. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. You're just going to have to work a little bit harder for it. So this one's pretty shallow. So let's go ahead and dig this one. I think it's going to be a zinc penny. All right, we got it. This was a tough one. It was way down under this root. I had to really dig it deep, but yeah. Just a crusty old zinc penny. So that's exactly correct. Good job on the ID. All right, let's hit another one. And this repeatable 66, so that might be a bottle cap. Let's go ahead and dig it. Let's do a little more digging here. There it is. All right, yep, bottle cap. I was hoping for gold, but that's all right. ID was right on. Let's get the next one. All right, got a really good coin signal. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig this. And sorry for the background noise, I'm getting close to the road. There's our find. Oh, looks like some stainless steel or something like that. I think it's flattened. All right, let's keep going. All right, my next find is hitting about a 60. Looks like we have a piece of sunglasses here. Oh, it just popped out. Sunglass frame and lens. All right. All right, got a nice signal in the 80s, just a few inches down. See some rust. An old. What do we got here? Some old washer, something. All right. All right, so I went ahead and re-added these two sections right here because I know on the AT Pro a lot of times gold can ring up low, even from like the high 30s to low 50s. So I went ahead and put these back on, and went ahead and I found another signal here and just about to pull it out. Oh, it's pull tab, but it's all right. Trying to get some gold, silver, anything we can get, but that's right where it was ringing up at, was right in here within nickel and pull tab. That's what we got. All right, on the next one. I like this signal. Nice solid 55. So I'm thinking it's probably a nickel, or it could be that pull tab. Let's go ahead and dig it. Yeah, I think we're getting pretty close. Let's see what we got. Oh, I see it sticking out, looks like junk metal. All right, got some tin can here. Cane slaw. That's a really high signal here. So let's go ahead and dig this one. It doesn't look like it's too deep. And it's probably be the last find of the day. Looks like we got a bottle cap. I'll scan it one more time just to be sure, but I think that's it. Yep. All right, guys, I'm all done with the hunt. Back in my house in the garage. Gonna do a quick wrap up, show you the finds that we came back with from today's hunt, and just to give you my final thoughts and review on the ExplorerX 3. All right, so check this out. All right, so I'd say we'd have some pretty typical finds that we normally find with like even the AT Pro. So we had, you know, can slaw, a big chunk of iron here, some bottle caps and pull tabs, and then some hardware. We got some sunglasses, so you could kind of consider that jewelry almost, and we got some coins. So this detector, it's gonna find anything that really any other decent metal detector is gonna find. So that's great. And so 11 cents and some jewelry. You know, you got these pull tabs, and you can find gold rings if you're digging these pull tabs a lot. So they ring up just the same. And, you know, these could be silver rings. This could be silver coins. So yeah, it's pretty decent finds, I'd say. All right, so what are my final thoughts on the ExplorerX 3? I thought it was pretty good. I thought it's a pretty decent machine. What I liked the most about it was that it has the pinpoint function, the screen's backlit, it's got different modes, that you can run in for different environments. It has a memory function, so you can actually program certain modes into it if you want to notch out specific, ranges. You can save those for later, which is a great feature. And what else? Oh yeah, it actually finds some deep targets. I mean, I was getting down at least 4 inches, 6 inches. And I think some of those targets for those coins were even deeper than that. And that's why I wasn't able to actually dig them. I should have had my big shovel with me. I just had the less, hand shovel to dig with. And I was getting down into some clay. So I didn't go too deep. And I think that's why I wasn't getting those deep ones. They're just a little bit too deep, which is actually a good thing for this detector being an entry-level metal detector. What I think it kind of struggled with though is those deep targets. It was trying to pick up that signal again after even doing some digging. So like the AT Pro, for instance, if you get some of that dirt away off the top of that target, you usually will get a better signal, and then maybe it'll give you a different range or a more specific range of what kind of target you're chasing. So this one struggled a little bit with that, but overall for an entry-level metal detector, I think this thing has incredible features, better features than even some of the big name brands. So, and it gets deep targets too. So I would absolutely, overall, I would say this is a good machine to start out with to see if you're into metal detecting, if you'd like to get into it as a hobby. And then later get yourself, a more name brand, a little bit stronger metal detector, maybe one that's fully waterproof if you want to get in the water with it. This one will go in the water. I believe it's, the coil is waterproof up to 3 feet. So that would be another test I would like to do with it. So I was just at a park today. What I would like to do as well is maybe go to the lake, get in the beach area, in the sandy area, get into the water a little bit in the shallow, test it out in the water, and then maybe in a field and look for some old relics. So we only kind of scratched the surface with this machine, and I'm definitely going to use it again and get out there and see what other kinds of environments we can find some old treasures in. So, but that's all I got for today's hunt, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review on the KAiWEETS ExplorerX 3 metal detector. It's an entry-level metal detector, and there's going to be some information in the description below. So go ahead and click in there if you're interested in this. It's available for sale, I believe, on Amazon and on their website. You can get it straight from them. So I think there's a discount code in there with it. And yeah, that's all I got for the day. So you guys, I'm gonna get out there soon. We'll have some more videos coming right up. I got some more on deck ready to go. So stay tuned. And in the meantime, get out there, find your treasure. See you guys on the next video. All right, peace.